as you can see, we're in the woods where we love to be. Yesterday we got out, we did some chores, we checked on the food plot, did a little cleaning in the condo stand. Food plot's getting hammered, the deer are using it, everything's going great, got great germination. Just need a little more rain. It's been dry the past week or two. That's in the forecast. So while we were out, I've got an area between two deer stands. I'm a stickler on scent, so I do everything in my power to try to eliminate it. Looking for plan B and C options throughout the year. I have stand setups for optimal conditions, but looking for, if I get an east wind or a southeast wind, and the timing's right, the rut's going on, I need to be in the woods, so I need to have a setup. I know the cross here, so I'm looking for an area right back in here to maybe hide a ground blind. But winding down to the end, they're still in their summer patterns. They're doing a little bit of scraping, not really in the pre-rut yet here in Mississippi. But the more options you have, the better odds you have at success. But there's a section about 150 yards between two stands that I call a staging area. And what I mean by that, it's where the bucks come before they go into the feeding area, or to go check does where they're at. Usually the does are either in the food plot or in the feeding area. So they hang out there. The only way I can hunt that is to set up a ground blind and wait for an east wind or northeast wind, and wait for the pre-rut, and wait for the conditions to be ideal and premium. So I'm going to set that up today, and it's only going to take me a few minutes. And I'm setting it up way ahead of time so the deer get used to it. It'll be concealed. It'll be 80 to 100 yards away from where the deer come in and out, and I'll have a good ambush spot set up. This is about perfect. We're off the trail. You can still see up the trail. I just need to trim a few little things out of the way. We're facing east. East northeast. Today we got a north wind. The deer yesterday we found the spot and had the idea. So we decided to come out today because we had a north wind. It's blowing our scent away from the deer. We're not spooking them, and they're not catching wind of us right now. But a lot of my stands are set up for west, northwest. I can hunt the food plot with an east wind, but here's where these bucks like to hang out before they go to the ridge or before they go to the food plot. It's kind of a staging area where they make rubs. They fill this road up with scrapes. And when we're hunting the ridge stand, can't hunt it with an east wind. Only thing we can hunt with an east wind, like I said, is the food plot. And you can't see this area from the food plot. So if I'm by myself and I finally get a northeast or an east wind, I can come up here and hunt this on selective days and see the staging area. In the evening it's perfect because the sun will be setting behind me. If I got two people, somebody can hunt this one safely and somebody can also hunt the food plot. We have a hill between us and the food plot, and a lot of thick woods, so somebody can hunt here safely, somebody can hunt out of the food plot safely. You got more coverage. So getting this set up, gonna get it brushed in, and we're gonna get out of here. Now again, you'll hear me all the time on this channel tell you, you'll never outsmart a deer's nose. You have to play the wind. I don't care what kind of precautions you take. I do them all. I make sure I'm clean, I take a shower. That's all helpful. I make sure my clothes are clean and scent-free products. I spray the scent-free stuff. I do everything, rubber boots. I take every precaution I can to limit my scent, but it's not going to eliminate my scent. You have to play the wind. This particular location, I'll have, if I have an east wind or a northeast wind, or even a slightly southeast wind, I can hunt it safely without alarming the deer. And I have good access. I can access it the same way I do the condo blind on the food plot. I can just come in, I got a nice clean trail. I'm gonna clear out a little path there going to the stand off the trail to limit my sound. So I got it brushed in. I'll put a little more stuff on top of it. But again, to access this with an east or a northeast wind, I'm gonna have to come around this way. I got a good access, clean, nice trail. But getting this section just 20 yards, I like to clear a little path where I can be really quiet. And some extremes, when you got a lot of leaves, a leaf blower works. So I just take my feet. I actually did this on a long section on another section of the property, probably 60 yards, and the deer started using it. Path of least resistance. You can be quiet. See the difference? I'll have the wind at my favor. I can come in here quietly, get in, and hunt. And I can slip in there and hunt. And it's a perfect location for pre-rut, rut, and during the rut we hunt all day long. But it's an ideal location for pre-rut for an evening hunt. We'll get some footage of showing you the stand from the deer's perspective, and you'll see that with the sun at my back, especially with this hawk stand, and I have a video out, you can check it out on the hawk stand when I did a little review on it and a Rhino ground blind. Check that video out. So like I said, guys, this is a evening spot. This is from the deer's perspective, or where the deer come out. It's really hard to see that stand. Those hawks with the darker color blend in good with these pines. We're about 70 yards from the stand right now. But it's very easy to set up, takes a few minutes, I can hide it, and I can be ready to go. So I'm prepared, and all this stuff gets me ready for the season to where I can put the odds in my favor. As long as I stay disciplined and keep an eye on the wind, only hunt it when the wind is in my favor, and only hunt it when the conditions are ideal. So it's gonna work. And all this stuff is little things you do throughout the year. And deer hunting, guys, is a year-long thing. The season's not, but preparing and getting everything set up for success is. But all these little things, staying disciplined, pays off when the season comes. You'll see more deer. You'll get more daylight pictures. Throughout the years, we've gotten a whole lot more daylight pictures of older deer, bucks, good bucks. And we're starting to see that now, even this year. It gets better and better and better, but we have to stay disciplined. If I mess up one time and go in here at the wrong time with the wind not in my favor and it's blowing where I know the deer are, I'm going to alarm a wise old deer and I'm never going to see him. Never going to get him on camera. He's going to go to another property and somebody else is going to have the opportunity. So you have to stay disciplined. I'm really OCD when it comes to this stuff. You can ask my wife, you can ask my brothers and people who come and visit. I'm really particular this time of the year because I want all the odds in my favor. I want to make it the best way I can be more successful by doing these things. So keep the wind in check. Make sure you're keeping an eye on the wind. And even if it's a cold day, the deer moving, whatever, if your stand's not set up for the wind direction, don't hunt it. Stay home or get you a ground blind. Get ahead of the game and set up these locations where you can have it. Okay, the wind's not going to work for this stand. I can hunt this stand with the wind in my favor. Once you start doing this stuff, you'll see your success go up. So, hope this has been helpful. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. But y'all come back and see us when you get the chance.